Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1987 series. Currently we are on Season 3, Episode 12, Attack of Big Mac. And I honestly have no idea what this episode is gonna be about. I didn't really get much of an idea for what last episode was gonna be about either, and it turned out to be good. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be another pretty fun episode, because I still have a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from the dinosaur episode, which was probably the worst episode of the season so far. But the fact that it's only one episode of the season, which is like that bad, still speaks volume to how fun this season has been. And I just love that it's actually been a really fun season, considering how much I was actually dreading getting to it, considering its length. But yeah, I've been enjoying it once again. Last episode at first started off a little weird, but I ended up enjoying it. So I'm hoping that it's going to be the case for this episode as well. But there's only one way to find out, so before we do, I do want to quickly remind you that you can get a full-on version of these reactions over on my Patreon or Ko-fi account, where by subscribing to the specific tiers I've created for it, you can get access to some or all of my full-on reactions, which includes cartoons, short live-action TV series, long live-action TV series, and movie full-on reactions. Alternatively, you can just stick with the YouTube versions of these reactions, since I do put most of the coolest parts of the episodes in them, but whichever way you want to go is completely up to you. So yeah, enough chit chat about things that don't matter. Let's just get into the reaction to episode 12 of season 3, Attack of Big Mac, in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, another rainy episode. I'm here for that shit.
Wow, what a ride! I wonder where
Who the fuck are you? Buddy, I think you're on the wrong show. The Transformers, I reacted to them like last year. You're a little bit too late.
Hey, what's the story? I don't know, but I ain't waiting for no sequel. Here's your model. I hope it wasn't a family heirloom.
Is that the voice actor for Donnie?
Krang, you can't have everything you see on TV.
That was directly talking to the kids watching this show.
Did you see that?
It's called a neck, something I'm sure you'd like to have.
Just because I'm all brain doesn't mean I don't have feelings. This robot's neck is possibly...
Oh man, I love the constant back and forth between Krang and Shredder. It's so funny.
It will override the robot's programming so we can control it. Imagine an entire army of invincible robots from another dimension, all eager to save me.
This is something you just happen to have lying around, right?
Hey Shredder, don't do my job for me. I'm supposed to be the one to call out bullshit like this.
You must return with the robot and...
Man, Shredder, this version of the Shredder is really growing on me more and more and more.
What are you doing?
I'm rescuing you from the Comanches.
April's in serious trouble. I'll say she's got to listen to that bad cowboy dialect. I'm gonna try something. Yo!
Let him do it.
Peace, dude.
Sometimes he's actually surprisingly capable of defeating the bad guys
All right.
due to his unusual ways of fighting.
What's your name? And like where'd you come from, dude?
I am MACC, Mobile Armored Computerized Combatant. And I'm from Sector 4, Level 8.
Sector 4, Level 8.
What?
What year is this, Mac?
A piece of seaweed cake. It is now 2390 AD.
He's from 400 years in the future.
What? We got time travel now? I kinda like MACC though, I gotta say.
So much for those bushwhackers.
Okay,
Now listen, Mac, it's not safe here.
this is actually a really fun episode so
My
far.
pleasure, partners.
How come you talk like a cowboy, Mac?
There's nothing to watch on this long interdimensional trips except ancient Western movies. Oops.
Oops!
What happened?
I don't know, he fell.
We a couple of cut-ups. I said destroy the turtles.
Whoa!
I reckon you Ospreys are headed for the last roundup.
The docillator failed.
Dance, you varmints! Dance!
Fuck you, Shredhead.
You want a wolf or a fox? You can even lead if you want.
Ritter and those creeps are getting away. Someone else is...
Let them go.
But I didn't like those fellows. They're too violent.
You don't like violence? But you're programmed to be a warrior.
I was a factory reject.
Oh, I'd
Aw.
love to do it.
This feels like a fucking Doctor Who episode, man. I'm not complaining. I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. Or used to be.
Gosh, I feel so important.
Make it fast, April. The army's gonna be after him.
Now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of Nano.
You have an almost perfect
Like, the look of it with, like, the one eye poking a little bit forward. And the arms especially looked very Nano-esque. I wonder if this is the ancestor of Nano in terms of the TMNT fiction. Like, this is what was used to create Nano in the 2003 series.
Number 5. What brings you here?
Aww.
That's a TV camera.
Oh, how weird. Looks just like my brother.
Aw. I love that robot, man. He's so adorable.
Talk about your speed reading. Hey, you. What do you guys think you're doing?
Inputting data and having...
Pirating books, apparently.
This is our sensei, Splinter.
Howdy, partner.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hey, come see my workshop, Mac. I've got lots more data you can amass. All right, amass Mando data.
You pack quite a wallop.
Sorry, since my arrival, my circuits don't feel quite right.
No, I'm gonna be feeling very sad when he dies by the end of the episode.
He's gonna blow up.
I cannot harm my friends.
Aww.
I must disappear.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. This also reminds me of fucking Professor Honeycutt. How could I forget about him?
He is an innocent in our world. He could cause great harm.
Yeah, especially to anyone near him when he explodes.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Great interview, April.
Once again, New York is a fucking war zone, just like every other Tuesday.
I love the smell of lasers in the morning.
He sure has changed from the Mac we used to know. I kind of like the old one better.
Me too. Man, was last episode animated by a different studio? Because it's kind of crazy now in retrospect how different the animation was for last episode compared to this episode. Because like I said earlier, this episode's animation feels normal, like what it has been for the show so far, but last episode was just like so exaggerated and fluid in comparison.
Those wretched reptiles will never find me. I've changed my image. Look, while those turtles are searching abandoned warehouses and roach-infested tenements, I'll be luxuriating here.
And just how are you paying for all this?
I borrowed your Alien Express card. I never leave the Technodrome without it.
That's a fucking thing, I guess.
Mac must have gone this way.
Man, I love how petty Shredder and Krang are. They're so fun. Their banter is so fun.
Well, I'm ruined. That's the last time I rent a room to a bunch of bachelors.
You know which way they went?
Need you ask? Oh.
They left a trail of burn marks, and it leads to the basement.
Wait, did the robot go apeshit over here and destroy that apartment? Why?
Here's the plan. When the time portal opens, you will lead an army of your fellow robots back into this dimension. Yes, Master. Oh, I love the sound of that word. Soon I will have an army of eager robots at my command.
It's like a cartoonist nightmare.
I heard that. Your nightmares have only just begun. Soon your robotic friends will return to his dimension and bring back an army of super warriors. Well, don't just stand there, you butt-brains. Get them!
Why don't you get them? What have you done?
Hey, thanks, dude.
No problemo, dude.
Hmm.
Never mind MACC! Behind you!
And they just got destroyed. Man, MACC is OP. Okay, how many times is the Technodrome gonna get fucking destroyed completely?
It's open. Mac, you better buggy. I don't want to go back.
You gotta go.
Listen up.
You're safer there. You don't belong in the 21st century, as violent as it is.
You can be a warrior for peace in your own era.
A warrior for peace. I like it.
Adios, partners. I'm an old fan from the Rio Grande.
Goodbye.
That'll teach you to mess with us.
Mac was a good friend.
He
He
was.
belongs in
I'll
his
miss
own
him.
time.
So, another pretty fun episode, I gotta say. Compared to last episode, in a way, it was kind of less entertaining because last episode had me emotionally attached to the story and the characters due to what the plot was with April being mistaken for a princess. Like, that was a really cool thing, and I felt emotionally attached to that. And it's a cool plot in movies that I like seeing. Whereas in this one, the plot wasn't too crazy. Like, it was a cool idea. A robot from the future comes to the past and meets with the turtles, and he has a really entertaining personality. That was all really cool, but it didn't really have I don't know, I feel like there wasn't much substance to it other than that, I guess. That's another thing that I feel like last episode had a little bit more substance to it. Whereas this one didn't. There was definitely some semblance of it with the fact that the robot is like super powerful, but is a peace-loving one. It kind of reminds me of the robot from the really cool sci-fi movie I, Robot, which apparently people don't like, I found out recently. Might react to it at some point in the future. Probably will, because I do really like it. It reminded me of that, but I feel like they could have explored it more than they did, and I feel like they didn't really explore it, so there was definitely something more they could have done there, but I still really enjoyed the personality of that robot. It was really entertaining. I love that the episode felt very much like a Doctor Who episode. Like, that concept of the plot itself is a very Doctor Who-esque plot, and it's something that I might kind of steal for whenever I get to write my Doctor Who-like story, because I do plan on writing a story like that in the future. Like how right now I write my zombie story that is very much inspired by The Walking Dead, but it is its own thing. I do plan on writing a story that is inspired by Doctor Who and has the same basic essentials, I guess. But being my own thing as well. So it's a really cool Doctor Who-like plot, and I love that about it. I definitely enjoy that about it. But I feel like the second half kind of lost me a little bit after the robot got kidnapped once again. Like, once they kind of went to the Technodrome down in the ground, it kind of lost me, and I wasn't really paying too much attention about on the episode, so there was that. So I do feel like it's a little weaker because of that, but I still overall enjoyed it, honestly, quite a lot. And based on the concept itself, I'm actually going to give it a higher rating compared to last episode, because I think I gave last episode an 8.4 out of 10, so for this one I'm actually going to go with an 8.6 out of 10, because yeah, I do like the concept quite a lot, and I feel like that carries the episode enough for me. Plus the personality was great. But yeah, I'm actually really glad that I was so wrong about how I felt about these two episodes, because I don't know if it was in my reactions to today's episodes of Rise of the TMNT that I recorded, which was episode 17 and 18A of season 1, But I said that I thought that I was not expecting to enjoy the 2 episodes of TMNT 1987 that I was reacting to today. Let alone anywhere near as much as I enjoyed those episodes of Rise of the TMNT. But I'm glad that I was wrong. I'm glad that I was wrong, and I'm glad that that one dinosaur episode was just a one-off, stupid, annoying, boring episode, and that the rest of the episodes are still really, really entertaining. Like, I just continue to be mind-blown by how much I'm actually fucking enjoying this 3rd season. I thought it was gonna be so bad, like, people's opinions on the show in the middle especially, and the things that I've heard about it, led me to believe that it was gonna be such a fucking chore to get through it. I thought that I was going to feel about this 3rd season like how I felt as I was reacting to the 90s live action movies. And I'm glad that I was so wrong. I'm curious honestly to find out once I'm done with this show whether I have the contrarian opinion in the case of season 3, whether people think season 3 is good or bad or whatever, because it would be just so fucking natural for me to have the contrarian opinion without even attempting to, because I feel like a lot of the times people assume contrarians have contrarian opinion intentionally, which sometimes we do. I wouldn't say that it's never the case, but most of the time it just so happens to be the case. Like, in the case of this 3rd season, I thought it was gonna be bad, everybody's thoughts led me to believe that it was gonna be bad, and yet I'm fucking loving this 3rd season. It's easily the best one so far. But yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think about this episode? Comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 5 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corby Dead, Etsap123, and Soap93160. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it, it really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me, you have continued to support me in such a long time, hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not know, that will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do. That being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman. I'm not quite sure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people, but that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country with a family that won't really accept the fact that I'm trans if they found out, there is not really a feasible or easy way for me to transition here with minimal repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything, so if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's fine, don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me out get out of this situation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can help me out in other ways like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!